was a comment that was made on Facebook the other day about being a submissive woman. They were saying that a submissive woman controls her man, and I agree with that. I think until we begin to talk in honesty and transparency and stop pandering to both sides, especially to the sisters, because there is so much entitlement, and because men have been quiet for so long, and it's been the men that has been quiet were the type of men that y'all really need to be listening to. The men that doing the most talking ain't the ones, they don't have nothing to say anyway.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, man, holding it down for Kandid Konvos. Definitely check us out every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. People today, they lazy. Ain't nobody trying to put in no work. If stuff start getting a little rough in the relationship or in the marriage, ain't nobody trying to fix nothing. That's how people's mindsets are today. Yeah, but that's how I know that folks don't truly understand what marriage was about, because they tap out way too easy. Yeah, you see people fight harder for a job, like they can't go get another one of them in 2 weeks. Yeah, she's talking about these guys coming to these foreign countries and sourcing out these foreign women because they possess these character traits. Yep, they're more cooperative when it comes to a man, or they're more cooperative when it comes to a marriage and a relationship. They're more, nurturing forward when it comes to a relationship. They're more I don't even want to use the word soft, but I'll use the word soft. They're softer when it comes to, these relationships and interactions with men and so forth. And like I said, we definitely got to be honest. We see a difference, right? We see a difference. And I think, Chloe and Tay made some good points earlier. A lot of this stuff is based around money over here in the West. Man, what's good, man? Welcome back to Kandid Konvos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Coco on deck. Say what's up to the people, Coco.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the last day of the year.
Okay, well, the last day of the year. Yeah, shout out to that, man. Appreciate y'all hopping on with us tonight. Listen, we know for a lot of folks, this is New Year's Eve, so we know y'all got stuff going on, but we appreciate everybody hopping on with us tonight. Listen, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Likes are free. Smash that like button, man. Smash that like button. All right, let me see what we got checking in real quick. Let's see. My guy Donovan in the building. He said, hello, happy New Year's Eve, fam. May 2026 be the best for everyone everywhere. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you holding us down, man. You've been rocking with us all 2025, man, holding us down, man, showing love. So we appreciate you as well, and happy New Year's to you and family and everybody around you, man. We appreciate that, man. All right, cool. Let's see. Once again, if you haven't hit that like button, smash that like button for us. Likes are free. All right. Let me do this real quick as we get into this conversation. The last one for 2025. All right, here's the link to join us on the panel. You can drop this in your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge. If you come with the Apple device, come on through your device, join us on the panel. Don't be scared. I will say this, man. Don't bring that nonsense up here, man. That's one thing that's going to be different in 2026, man. Don't bring that nonsense up here, man. Let's have a conversation. Let's keep it grown. And that's how we moving, man. So don't bring that nonsense, man. But like I said, all are welcome. So definitely join us, bring your perspective to the conversation. We want to hear from everybody. Okay, this is not an echo chamber show, but you got to do it with some structure. You got to do it with some tact, man. So let me just put that out there. In addition to the video feed, we also have this link in the chat feeds as well. So you can catch it at the Kandid Konvos page on YouTube or Facebook, where we are currently live right now. YouTube or Facebook, the Kandid Konvos page. So I'll leave this link up here a little bit as we get into the conversation. Let's see who else we got checking in. Let's see. Shout out to Kenyatta in the building. She said Happy New Year's Eve. What's going on, Kenyatta? Happy New Year's Eve to you as well. Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight, holding us down. All right. So we're going to get right on into this. You say something real quick, Coco. I just want to see if your volume right. Say something.
Happy New Year's.
Can you turn it down just a tad? Sounds like it's trying to see if you can turn the volume down just a little bit. Seems like it's trying to muffle you a little bit or something.
Down. How about now?
Yeah, that's good.
How about is okay?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody can hear you nice and clear. Okay, cool. So man, we ain't gonna hold it up, man. We ain't gonna be on here all night. Man, let me drop this topic, man, and we're going to get right on into this, man. All right, so I'm going to drop this link down. Y'all let me know if y'all need that link, but the link is in the chat feed, so you can grab it if you need it. All right, so, man, topic for the night. Black people need to leave this in 2025. Yeah, man. A lot of stuff we need to leave in 2025, man. Topic for the night, once again, black people need to leave this in 2025. Yeah, we got a lot. So yeah, man, we plethora of stuff came over, man. So we're gonna run through them. We ain't dragging nothing out. We're gonna get right on to it, man, and then we gone for the night, man. So we're gonna drop this first one and get right on into it.
Men need to date within their tax bracket and
I got it.
Men need to date within their tax bracket and stop getting mad that the woman they want has high standards. You don't walk into a luxury store and get mad that the prices are high. You can either build up your money and wait to buy what you want or shop where you can afford. Dating works the same way. A woman with high standards makes insecure men feel uncomfortable, not because they're asking for too much, but because she reminds them of what they haven't built yet.
But when I go to the luxury store, all the items on the shelf are new. These bitches be used. They've been worn by several different people in several different states, countries, area codes, and been washed over several times, and with still remnants of the last nigga. So actuality, we're not going to the luxury store to get the luxury item. We're going to the Salvation Army to get some secondhand shit, and that's well within our budget. I think that you missed that part because you thinking that you're selling new items that no one's tried or no one's used or no one's smutted out. No, these are hand-me-downs at the very least. And last time I checked, hand-me-downs and Salvation Army was an extremely discounted price that most men can afford. So I see where you were trying to go with that, but you missed the part with the 30, 40 niggas that have worn them shoes. And nobody likes another nigga's stanky feet in a pair of shoes. And you get this.
Man.
Can you just replay her just real quick, just her portion, one more time?
Let me see if I can, man. See? Wait, I got you.
Need to Men need to date within their tax bracket and stop getting mad that the woman they want has high standards. You don't walk into a luxury store and get mad that the prices are high. You can either build up your money and wait to buy what you want or shop where you can afford. Dating works the same way. A woman with high standards makes insecure men feel uncomfortable, not because they're asking for too much, but because she reminds them of what they haven't built yet.
Man, let me let me get these comments, man. See, Kenyatta said, "What makes men insecure?" Yeah, I don't know, Kenyatta. I'm still trying to figure that out, man. This insecure stuff has been thrown around so heavily in 2025. That's one of them things I wish we would leave in 2025. This men being insecure. I'm not getting it, but it keeps coming up. See, Donovan said the egos need to be left in 2020. Yeah, that's a fact. Add that to the list, man. Another thing we need to leave in 2025. These egos, these inflated egos. Man, great comment right there. See, shout out to, let's see, the Real Black Lexicon. He said, let's see, we talking slaveflation. I guess some people might be able to look at it that way. Appreciate that comment. Donovan also said high standards or high hopes. Yeah. All right, man. So y'all saw video number one, man. I don't even know what to say, man. Like I said, tonight we talking, man. Black folks, basically, black people need to leave this or leave some things in 2025. So I think this is one of them. I'm so tired. It's the only way I can say it, man. I'm so tired, man, of you need to date in your tax bracket. I'm so tired of you need to, somebody getting mad because your standards is high or some stuff. I'm so over some of this stuff, some of these YouTube talking points from 2025. Like, I'm gonna be quiet for a minute, but let me check in with Coco, man. Coco, you wanna say anything on this? Because I got a lot to say. You want to say anything on this?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. We already talked about in a previous show that that some women have inflated their SMV, their sexual marketplace value, based on how they perceive themselves and what they perceive their value is based off of money, right? And I think what women in particular need to leave in 2025 is this idea that you can move like a man, right? We value resources from men. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not all a man has to offer. And I know that. But as women, we are looking for a man that does have resources because we know that we want those resources to be available to us to live, right? To be able to, raise a family together, to be able to, have the safety and security that money can bring you in a lot of different situations. So in that case, as women, we are going to value a man that does have a certain amount of resources. But now as women, we're also saying that men should value us based on our resources. We are not the same. We're not the same. So why are you attributing yourself a value based off the fact that you can provide a certain amount of resources? If you don't, I think that if women don't want to continue to be called masculine, if women don't want to continue to to hear men say over and over again, I don't care about your, degrees. I don't care about your job. I don't care about your career. I don't care about your money. If you're tired of hearing that, then stop leading with that. I think that's something we can leave behind in 2025. Like, let's not take this into the new year. Let's value each person for what they each individually bring to the situation. And another thing, y'all are, some women are overvalued. Excuse me, you are overvaluing yourselves. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Time after time, we'll see women say, I was working for my career. I was prioritizing my career and now I want a man. Okay, well, let's look at what you're bringing to the table and what you're offering and stop saying, I am the table. You are not the table. You don't provide the resources. You are not the table, right? However, what you bring can be valuable. The problem is you're valuing the wrong things. The things that you worried about, a man is not worried about. It's not the same thing. So, I think you are overinflating yourself, because the things that a man wants from you, the things that men value about women, the things that are innately feminine, a lot of women these days aren't trying to hear it. They don't want to submit. They don't want to cook for you. They'll have a baby for you, but they don't really want to wear your last name. It's a lot. It's a lot that women are rejecting that is innately feminine, and actually is what sets their value. So the things that are valuable about women these days, women don't want to align themselves with those things. So in that case, I mean, he's not wrong. You are overvaluing yourselves. Let's just be honest. Let's do this at the end of the year. Let's go into the new year actually reevaluating ourselves for real. And instead of this new year, new me crap, actually, do the work to figure out what you can do in the new year, so that you don't repeat the same cycles that you did the previous year.
Right. No, facts. Yeah, man, a couple things, man. Like I said, once again, man, I'm over this tax bracket stuff. Yeah, at the end of the day, we still leading with this money. Yeah, but that is not going to establish relationships. Like, I don't know how long it's going to take us to figure that out. If the money is not going to establish the relationship, that's not going to really get you in the door like you think. Yeah, so men need to be dating in their tax brackets and all this nonsense. It's like, we got to be for real about this stuff. Yeah, at the end of the day, I hear ladies saying this type of stuff all the time, and I'm like, ladies, y'all don't be dating in y'all tax brackets. So why y'all forever trying to tell some man he need to be dating in his tax bracket, like somehow you above this man because you got some job or you got 20 businesses and all that? It's like, that don't matter. Yeah, the relationship is before all of that. Like, that don't matter. But if that's what y'all prioritizing, then now I understand why folks were struggling to get in relationships in 2025.
Why is it okay for a man to date down before a woman to not date down? That's another thing. Like, let's just listen. The way this economy is set up and the way things are, going on right now around us, let's normalize dating who you like. Let's do that. Let's actually date people we like in 2026. Let's do that. Let's start dating people we like. Let's make that the number one criteria. Don't date somebody because they have money. Don't date them because they cute. Don't date them because you think, they got a huge peen. Don't date them because, she got a big butt. Like, let's date people because we actually like them. Let's start there.
Oh, come on.
Let's do that. Maybe that'll change our whole outlook on dating if we actually date people we like and stop wasting our time and theirs.
Yeah, no, that's real right there. Another thing the young lady said, she talking about fellas being mad because ladies got high standards, and it's like, once again, where's that nonsense coming from? Yeah, but is your standards high? Are your standards actually justified? Like, is the standards validated? Like, what is it really? Like, yeah, some of this stuff, man, like I said, I understand why it's so hard for us to come together, because some of this stuff is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, but I don't think sometimes we sit down and listen. Listen, when we make these videos, I don't think people sit down and play the video back first before they post it. Like, they just post it. And it's like, did you actually listen to what you said? It's like, it don't make sense. The young lady said, you know what I'm saying, if somebody go to this, what she say, the Louis store, Gucci store, whatever she said, you go to this store and you don't complain about the price or some stuff. And it's just like, what that got to do with somebody getting in a relationship with you? Yeah, at the end of the day, you not no Gucci store and you ain't none of this stuff. So what does that have to do with anything? But that's the example we want to use. Back to this money, back to a price, right? It's the example we want to use. Yeah, so the thinking is just, it's flawed. Yep, and folks, they think this stuff is proper thinking, but it's flawed. Yeah, but it's the main reason why, like I said, we can't get these relationships off the ground successfully, or why they don't last. Yeah, the other thing I'll say, that I'm gonna come check in with Beatbox. The other thing I'll say is, I gotta call the brothers out too. Yeah, I gotta call the brothers out too. So my man, I forgot what my man's name is. I've seen his content before. But I got to call him out too. To the fellas. Yeah, we talking about stuff we need to leave in 2025, man. To the fellas. Y'all got to let this used stuff go. Yeah, I'm just keeping it a buck. Yeah, my fellas is always out here talking about these used women and they got all this mileage on them and they've been ran through and all this and all that. And I'm just going to keep it a beam, bro. You used too. Yeah, what's this little new song out here? Take Me Through There. Fellas, you've been up and through there too. But once again, you trying to use your money and your achievements to try to erase all of your mileage. Yeah, but it doesn't do that. You still use, you still been up and through there. You still got your baby mamas and all the stuff you got going on. You still got baggage from all of your chicks that you that you thought you was gonna run up and through, but wasn't gonna take no baggage from. You still got all of that. Yeah, so this same used stuff that you talking about this chick bringing to you, you bringing it to her too. You just got a couple dollars. You just got some resources to bring to the situation, but you still use. Just call it what it is. Yeah, so, man, I need fellas, man, to let that mess go. Leave that mess in 2025. Yeah, if you ain't going to come to these relationship situations authentic and being real and holding yourself accountable, then it's like for the fellas, too, just shut up. Yeah, because all this little YouTube talking y'all doing, all this little, what they call it, red pill talking y'all doing, it ain't doing nothing. It ain't fixing nothing. It's not helping nothing. Yeah, but everybody used out here. Everybody done been up and through there at some point. Like, everybody got some baggage. Like, yeah, just because you're making some money, that don't erase that. Yeah, so I know fellas like to use that one, and they like to dangle that one over the lady's head. But fellas, y'all gonna have to let that go. Yeah, y'all got to let that go. Yeah, no, that comment right there. You can throw that back up, Coco. You can throw that back up for Victoria right there. Throw that back on up. Yeah, that one right there. That's facts. Yeah, take me through that. That does not erase your mileage. It don't. Yeah, but I know a lot of fellas like to lead with that. Yeah, no, I've got the resources. So everything else I was doing, all my kids I got going on, never been married, all this, they try to just blow past all that like it don't matter. And it does. It's still a part of your character. It still affects your outcome. So yeah, man, we got to get real about some of this stuff, man. I'm just keeping it honest, man. Like I said, we got to drop this stuff in 2025. We don't need to make it to 2026. Let me check these comments real quick, then we're gonna get back on to it. Let's see. Kenyatta said, "Don't forget some of these men have mama issues." Yeah, no, that's a fact. Yeah, like I said, we equal opportunity on this show. men and women. It don't matter. If it's a problem, it's a problem. But you got to own it. You got to hold yourself accountable, and you got to move differently moving forward. It's really that simple. Man, shout out to my guy Vince in the building. He said, "Hey, fam, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Vince. Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight, supporting the platform." Let me see. The Real Black Lexicon, he said, "Mileage is just an end trail of trauma." Yeah, no, it is. I said, and men and women got mileage. Men and women got trauma. We got to stop acting like it's only the ladies. It ain't only the ladies. Yeah, the ladies, they making bad decisions. The men making bad decisions. Like, we can't just keep trying to separate it. Like somehow my mileage is not as bad as your mileage. Like it's still mileage. It's still a used car. She a used car. He a used car. Like it's still a used car.
Right.
So yeah, we got to stop capping out here, man. Let me check in with B-Box real quick. B-Box, you want to say something on this? Or you good right now, man?
The only thing I would say is because I actually was going to say the same thing Mr. Price did with the gentleman who, in the response to the video you guys just watched, I've seen a couple of his podcasts or whatever, and almost every video, the women around him are like really subpar women. They're gross. So it's kind of rich with a guy like him talking about women. You need to be, dude. You like some gutted women. So I don't want to hear nothing you talking about.
That's real, man. No, he definitely has some questionable ones, but that's another thing. I I'll say that and then we'll keep moving. That's another thing that I got to say. A lot of these guys, you know, and I'm not going to call them out specifically, but a lot of these podcasts, that's what they do. Yeah, they go find these very specific type of women. Yep, they bring them on the podcast. You know, they want to slick talk to them. You know, try to sun them. You know, do that whole song and dance. And like I said, it's the same template. It's some big ones, some rich ones out here who making a lot of money doing it. It's some trying to copy the template. Yeah, but it's old, man. So I said we got to start being honest and holding ourselves accountable. Yeah, we really do. Yeah, we can't go into 2026 still pointing the finger at everybody else like we ain't got a part in this. So yeah, I'm just keeping it real, man. Like I said, it's equal opportunity, but we're gonna keep we're gonna keep moving, man. Let me get that one up out of there. We're gonna keep moving.
For women. So like you said, you expect these certain things, right? Let's say I do that, and then on the second date, I need to expect something. What can a guy expect?
You're getting my time because obviously you're interested.
We gotta stop saying that.
Hold on, but it's the truth.
So if you're basically saying that you are so much more valuable than me as a person that I have to accommodate your time and your energy. I think if we're getting to know each other, I think I would hope that you go out with a person that's just as interesting as you are.
Yeah, so that's why I'm going out on the second date.
So it's not your time, it's our time. Like I'm there on a date with you.
Yes, of course, your time, the man's time is just as valuable, but I feel like if you're expecting a home and children out of me, I want you to put more value and show me you're a man by pursuing and courting and showing me that character, that part of you. You know?
Yeah, and what I'm hearing, again, I could be wrong, but what I'm hearing is showing you is about spending the money. That's it. It's not, character has nothing to do with money. Absolutely nothing.
Of course not.
So you can see somebody's character by being in a park with them, by whatever. Like that doesn't show anything.
Yeah,
like,
character and then your approach towards me. Okay. So for an example, I've been approached by wealthy men. I don't check men's pockets, but I could tell, if a man is financially stable or not, So I've been approached by those men, and just because they start showboating and are trying to pick me up by showboating, right away I'm turned off. I don't want to go on a date with you. Like, I don't care you have money or like you have this, these are your accolades. It's really about how respectfully you communicate. If you're just that man, then okay. Okay, you are pursuing me, you want to ask me out on a date, I'll go on a date with you. But I'm not going to just go on a date because I make 6 figures, I make 7 figures, just because you are financially stable. Like, do you understand? Like, I don't know how I'm explaining this correctly. For him?
Women. So like you said, you expect these certain things, right? Let's say I do that, and then on the second date, I need to expect something. What can a guy expect?
You're getting my time because obviously.
Man. Okay, so that's video number 2, man. So we definitely talking, man. What do black folks need to lead this in 2025? Man, here's another one. Here's another one, man. Let me check these comments. I'm coming back to the panel, man. See, Kenyatta said on the second date, yeah, it'd be quick, Kenyatta. They want it fast. See, Donovan said, let's see, the unemployed mama's basement dwelling boy has nice outfits, well-groomed, nice car, no future. Man. Donovan, you don't be holding them up, man. Let me come to the panel, man. Coco B-Boxer, man. What y'all say about this young lady? I got my thoughts. Coco, you got the look on your face.
I just want to know why it's okay for her to say that she wants him to show her something tangible by the second date. But if he was to ask her for some sex on the second date, she would be offended.
Wait, hold on. What's your sound doing?
You can't hear me?
Turn it back up.
Oh.
There you go. You sound like you were underwater.
Oh, okay. How about now?
It sounds good. Go ahead.
I feel like it goes in and out. But
okay. We had to check.
But yeah, so yeah, it's just there's a double standard, right? Because she's saying by the second date, she wants him to have shown her something tangible about his character, which, don't get me wrong, the character thing is true, but she was equating character to money and what he's willing to do for her like what tangible things he's willing to do for her. And she tried to dance around it, but basically that's what she originally said. And so if he was like, okay, well, by the second date, I expect for you to sleep with me, she would have been offended. It would have been disrespectful. It would have been too soon. It's like, I don't know you, and all these excuses and all of these reasons. And I guess my thing is, why is it okay for him to want to show you what he can do financially and how he provides resources and be willing to come up off of it, open his wallet and come up off of some money, but then you don't want to come up off of, your box. Like, it's just not, I mean, and I'm not even saying he should be asking you. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you can ask him for that, why is it frowned upon for him to ask you for a quid pro quo? Like, I don't get it. Like, this is another thing we have to leave in 2025. Look, we're all adults at this point. Like, we know what this is. So if you really just out for resources, y'all need to just start saying that to these men. Just say that's what you about. You know what I mean? Because I just recently had a man tell me he cool with it. Like, if that's the arrangement you want, that's cool. That's cool. I'm good with that. If that's what it is, it's what it is. Let's go. But don't start out by saying, you want him to show you what he's capable of. And basically you just want him to show you how much he's willing to spend on you. And then when it's time for you to show and prove, you want to hold back. Right? Because of this perceived value that you feel what you have is worth. As if, his funds and his money and what he's worked very hard for doesn't also have value. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying. Let's leave that in 2025. Listen, whatever type of relationship you want, I'm sure whatever type of time you are on, you are going to be able to find a man that's on that same type of time. But let's start being honest about what we actually expect and what we actually want. Let's just start being honest. I want the dudes to be honest and upfront, and I want the ladies to be honest and upfront. We're wasting a lot of time here. We really don't have to waste. So if anything, let's stop doing this in 2026.
Right. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. B-Box, you want to say something? You good, man?
Yeah. Sorry, I was laughing because Donovan's comment, $40.
Man, Donovan, boy, he don't be holding them up. He said a high 40.
Yeah. So a video, an older gentleman said, I got $40 today. I got $40.
Right.
Every time. Like, that's hilarious. But there's some truth to what Donovan's saying. Like, so first off, I think we reacted to this video before, but I tell men, be careful of these Dominican women. They'll finesse you at your money. Be careful now. And it's also weird because women like that, they run their relationships. They want their relationships to be transactional on their end, but they don't want the man to feel that same way. So it's weird. Like, you got to show me all this money, but I got to be the better person. No, thank you. Like, and then also you have perceived options. Well, I get these wealthy men coming up to me. I got this. Why don't you talk to them? Just deal with them. I don't know, man. Like, she's done. Like, a woman like that is done. She's an escort. Just be an escort. Just do that. Just get the money from these wealthy guys. And that's that. Because my brother, he was trying to help her. He was trying to get her. He was like, hey, just expound on that.
Right.
He was trying to save her. She couldn't do it. So, yeah. If nobody's heard anything from me, just watch out for Dominican women. They are some of the worst.
Man, you can't call them out specifically, man. What's going on? Man, come on. You know fellas out here passporting for a Dominican woman. How you gonna just call them out specifically, man?
Yeah, those guys are stupid. If you're going to the Dominican Republic, just pay to play and that's it. Don't do nothing. Don't bring her back. Don't marry her. It's a bad idea. I mean, it's weird because Passport Bros, don't you want women who are decent people? Like, the numbers, like the divorce rates and all that, actually mirror that of the West. So why would you go to the Dominican to find a wife? I'm sorry. I just think that's weird. I don't know. Call me crazy. I think that's odd.
Okay. All right, we'll leave it just like that. What's going on, Marjorie? I see you done hopped up. What's going on with you?
What's up? I've been on hiatus. I'm like, y'all good? Cause I be needing a break from this
Oh,
But
we know.
I was I need a break. I was listening to Coco. I'm with you on that. Like I saw a post that said men are wanting, I'm gonna save my money for marriage. That's what you need to damn do. And stop convincing these women that you're willing to pay for as long as they're willing to do. But then, like you said, if that's your arrangement and y'all are both in agreement and understand the terms and conditions, then what business is it of everybody else's? But I have really been thinking and working about this dating situation. And I really would like to change the narrative. Because for people who actually want to be married, I think those are the ones who really miss out in the market. Because there are people who do genuinely want to be married. And they run into these people, these users, who see that. And, they using the woman that she want to hold off till marriage. So he promised, I'm going to marry you. Just give me the box and I'll give you a ring type stuff going on. And then you have the women like, oh yeah, I'll marry you, I'll be a good wife, I'll cook, I'll clean. And as soon as she get the ring, she stops sexing, cooking, cleaning, and everything else she said she was going to do. So I think it's too many games. So I'm working on training people how to properly vet and how to use the discernment of the Lord to choose a partner, because I think that's one of the things Christians, people who consider themselves Christians, are not doing, consenting with the Lord before choosing a spouse. So that's something I really want to get into. But I want to say for Black people to leave in 2025, baby shower before weddings.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, no, definitely.
What's wrong with that?
Here you go. Don't even do it, Big Boss.
I can't judge. I was it. I did it. So I can't say too much, but I at least made the leap to get married.
I'm just joking.
It's like, at least, it happens. It happens. We all, mistakes happen. Not that children are always mistakes, but, clean it up. And for the sake of the child, offer them a stable family if you can.
Yeah, no, I agree. We got our priorities in the wrong places. And I think that's why we see a lot of those particular situations. It's funny that you went down this marriage road. Because there's actually, and I'm gonna circle back to that young lady video, but I gotta run this just because we just went down this road real fast. I think this is relevant to this particular conversation we were just having.
So marriage does take about 8 to 10 years off of married women. Right? So the marital benefit is for men.
No. Wait. You said it takes 8 to 10 years off of a woman's life.
Yes. So anyone
married.
watching this and knows me, they'll say, but Doc, what about the benefit for wives? I'd rather be single than a wife, because it seems like these wives are losing about a decade, all right, in dysfunctional relationships, or in relationships where the wife is saying, this is too much. I'm bringing home the bacon. I'm having to take care of the kids. I might even be taking care of a blended family, taking care of our aging family, still doing the PTA, still working out, still helping you out, still dealing with your stuff, right? This is harder than my single girlfriend who just has to manage herself and not deal with all of the issues. So what happens is that men realize, so the marriages that are working, they realize this is not my dad, right? So
all right, so I want to throw that up there real quick since we went down the marriage road.
Dang.
Yeah, that's another problem in itself, right? So there's a narrative push that is live and well against marriage itself.
Yes.
And we have, I don't know if this is a doctor, I don't know who this guy is, but he's sitting up here saying that because a woman is married and has a husband, and she's working, he working, they taking care of the family, you know what I'm saying? She's, or they dealing with the kids, she's taking care of home, he taking care of business, however you want to lay it out. She's now losing 8 to 10 years of her lifespan because of it. And I'm just like, what? What is we really doing out here? Go ahead, Coco. I see Coco and Marjorie. Either one, go ahead.
Like, I'm going to first piggyback off of something that Marjorie said, and then I'll go into it. But like, I think let's just do this, right? We keep hearing the stats about how marriage is failing. but we never talk about the root of the problem, right? And you kind of touched on it, Marjorie. Like, people are not marrying for the right reasons. They're going into marriage literally for the wrong reasons. The marriage has a shelf life before it even begins. And then they're sitting back going, oh, marriage didn't work. Marriage doesn't work. No, your marriage didn't work. Your marriage didn't work because you didn't go into it for the right reasons. You guys are picking wrong. Like Marjorie said, you're lacking discernment. You do not have the wisdom that is needed. You're worried about where somebody is in life and their status, and you're worried about all the wrong things instead of saying, I want to build a life. Building a life is literally lifelong. You never stop building with a person. You're always building, but you guys are thinking that once a person has a little bit of change or has a little money in the bank, that they've arrived.
Right.
And somehow, oh, I want to get them then. When you don't realize, even if you find somebody at that point and they're willing to accept you at that point, there's still building that has to happen between the two of you. You go into it thinking, well, he's arrived. I'm in a good place. This should be perfect. And that's not even a right concept of what marriage is.
Right.
It doesn't matter what he's doing financially. You guys still have to learn each other. You have to learn how to live together. You have to learn what it looks like. What are his needs? What are your needs? He has to kind of massage you for him. You have to kind of massage him for you. All of that has to happen, regardless of what type of financial situation you guys find you're in. And sometimes it really is more money, more problems, because now you're worried about what he wants from you. He's worried about what you want from him. And it's just all this. So go into marriage for the right reasons and you won't have to worry about it. Mm-hmm. So let's leave that. I know men are concerned, and you have a good reason to be concerned, because there are some very shisty women out here. So you have a reason to be concerned. I'm not saying that you don't. But here's the thing. If you marry for the right reasons and you use that discernment that Marjorie was talking about, you won't have to worry about this. This will not, because you'll get somebody that's willing to get in the ring and fight with you. They're not going to want to run at the first sign of trouble, because they're going to be just as invested as you are. Mm. So let's stop being afraid of marriage and let's just go into it the right way. Yeah. And then we don't have to do, I'm not saying that things don't happen. There's always going to be extenuating circumstances and things like that. But we're not talking about extenuating circumstances. We're talking about the status quo. Yes. That's why marriages are failing. It's not because marriage doesn't work. No. It's because you didn't go into it with the right mindset. You weren't prepared. You weren't ready, and you didn't pick properly.
I have to say
about that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Ms. Coco. Go ahead. Finish.
I was gonna say about that clip in particular, and I'll try to wrap it up. But about that clip in particular, you notice how he dropped the one-liner first before giving the context. He said, "Oh, yeah, women are taking about 8 to 10 years off of married women. Their lives, 8 to 10 years, they're losing about a decade." Then he goes back after that and says, "Well, in dysfunctional marriages." Well, anybody will die early in a dysfunctional marriage. I mean, you can die early in a dysfunctional relationship. Right. No telling what's going on there. Like, you see that context is needed. Stop spreading the narrative that it's marriage. It's marriage. It's never about the people. It's just marriage. Marriage in itself. Marriage takes time off of your lifespan. Marriage is just hard. Marriage is a lot of work. Not about the people, right? And I think that that's what we need to leave. If we're going to say marriage is this, marriage is that, we got to understand that it's the people that make the marriage either successful or unsuccessful. That's what we need to focus on.
Well, that's a fact. Go ahead, Marjorie. It's on you.
Don't nobody want to take no accountability. It's everybody else's fault but their own. So there's that. But dealing and working with young people, when they're in these relationships and you start to talk, are you guys talking about marriage? Oh, no, we don't want to rush. You done rushed past marriage. You're already sleeping with them. You already done had a baby or couple babies or whatever. So we're going to rush into sin, but we're going to take our time to get in the will of God. We're going to rush into sex with strangers, but God forbid I rush into, a holy place. And that's the trick of the enemy. You know what I mean? Like, so, and then you got, oh, well, what if the sex is bad? We wait till marriage. What if the sex is bad? How many people done had bad sex with strangers? What? but we not willing to experience bad sex in a relationship with somebody we know that's going to come back, and we can still work things out, make things better, make improvements. They rather have bad sex with a stranger, have them deuces, and then so they could brag about it with their homegirls. Like I'm like, anybody that slept around a little bit know, if you done had at least 10 partners, you maybe done had one good one. I done talked to women that done did the math. Okay, so you better off waiting until you get married, and if it's bad, you got your whole life to work it out. But people don't want to do that. Oh, we don't want to rush into marriage. Like, child, please, you way past marriage. You done got babies and everything.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact right there. I can't even deny that. I said, once again, priorities all messed up. Yeah, we doing all type of stuff, and then we want to act like the marriage is that's the heavy lifting. It's like you done pushed the whole baby. Like, what you talking about? Like, it's just a lot going on. But like I said, once again, we talking things that we need to leave in 2025. And this is another one of those things. I said we got to leave this narrative that marriage is so horrible. We got to leave that in 2025. If at the end of the day, for me personally, I need people to start being honest. Like, I think that's my problem. I need people to start being honest. Just say that you don't know how to get married. Yep, just say you haven't been successful at finding your husband or your wife. Like, just say that. But stop coming on this social media and trying to influence somebody else to not do something that they already thinking about that they want to do. Like stop with that. Yeah, but then I'm listening to the gentleman in the video, and I said, once again, I don't know who he is, but I'm like, you sitting here talking about, a woman being married is knocking 8 to 10 years off her lifespan. And I'm like, from my experience, majority of the wives that I've seen and that I know that have actually traveled that distance, they outlived their husbands. So I'm like, how you sitting here trying to tell somebody they losing 8 to 10 years just because they in a marriage with a husband and got a family? Like, this narrative pushing is crazy. Yeah, I've never seen so many people that's so against a marriage that have never been married. Yeah, it's like the craziest thing. And like I said, we get out here once again. I don't think they watch these videos before they post them. Like, they just get out here on this internet and just say whatever. And I don't know if it's for shock value. I don't know if it's for likes. Like, I don't know what it is now. But I'm like, they just say stuff. And it's just like, what are you talking about, man? And then this is the funny thing. I see this type of stuff or hear this type of stuff from folks who came from whole 2-parent households. Like, with a married mama and daddy. And then they'll be up here on this internet talking about somebody shouldn't get married. It's like, you came from that. Like, you wouldn't even be where you at if it wasn't for that married mom and daddy. So it's like, what?
Cam Newton said he the only one in his family ain't married. All his siblings is married. His mom and dad is married.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just crazy to me. But yeah, I had to touch that real quick since we was going down that road. But yeah, just piggybacking on what you were saying earlier, Marjorie, there's a huge narrative, saying, while we trying to do the good work and trying to get folks to get their mind right, so they can get what they want out here and really be happy out here, there's a huge narrative or a lot of, I don't even know the word I want, but there's a lot of motion behind the narrative to stop folks from getting married. Yeah, but that's the challenge that we're going to be fighting in a lot of these conversations and a lot of these efforts is fighting against that, because it's a lot of folks, like I said, once again, they're not being honest. Yeah, they're not being honest about where they're at and what they're not doing correctly to get them the marriage result. Yeah, so they just fight against it. They speak against it. They push these narratives. They tell you you're going to lose years off your life and all this nonsense. And it's like, once again, it's always lacking context. Yeah, we never talk about the fact that the women out here that did get married, how much happier their life has been. We never talk about that. Yeah, we never talk about the happiness that comes with starting a family with a supportive spouse. We never talk about that. Yeah, we never talk about a healthy environment where the wife is there, she working, the husband's working, she come home, she tired, he like, baby, I'll cook. Like, we never talk about any of that stuff. It's just always how this, you know, this woman, if she get married, she gonna be slaving and she not gonna get no help. And the husband, he just go to work and come home and don't do nothing. And it's always that same narrative. And it's just like, we know that that's not really the case. Yeah, that's not how that goes, especially when you talking about a family. That the man got to be doing stuff, the woman's got to be doing stuff. Like when you got a family in there. So yeah, it's crazy narrative pushing. But let me check back in. Beatbox and Herschel, I saw you hop on. I know if y'all want to say something or if y'all good right now. I know we just switched up real quick. Y'all good? Just let me know. Herschel good, Beatbox good. Okay, cool. All right, I just had to touch that real quick, but let me circle back to that last video, and then we'll keep moving. Let's see, it's a lot down here. I'm just gonna put her face up for a hot second. Yeah, but this young lady right here, she was talking about that time. And I said, I know we're talking things we need to leave in 2025. This is another one that we need to leave in 2025. Ladies, your time is just as valuable as his. Yeah, I don't know when that changed. Yeah, I don't know when dating turned into the man need to do everything to please her. Like, I don't know where that came from. Yeah, but I don't know what happened to the reciprocation. I don't know what happened to you pay the bill, I get the tip. Like, I don't know what happened to you got the last 4 dates. Let me grab this one. Like, I don't know what happened to that. Yeah, that disappeared. Yeah, I remember there was a time when fellas used to take ladies out on multiple dates. And then she'd be like, you know what? You've been over here. I'm going to get this one. We bowling. I'm going to get this one. What you want to drink? Like, I don't know what happened to that, but now everything is turned into, now this man is supposed to just invest all this money. He's supposed to pay for all these dates. He's supposed to take her on these trips. What we say, flew her out. He's supposed to do all this stuff. And it's like, she just don't do nothing but show up. Like, and that's supposed to be acceptable. And I'm just like, I don't know where that mentality came from, but please, can we leave that in 2025? Please, can we leave that in 2025? Yeah, this is supposed to be equal. It's supposed to be some reciprocation. It's supposed to be he show you a good time, you show him a good time. It's supposed to be we getting to know each other, not just me me trying to impress you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where we got that from, but yeah, please. Can we leave that in 2025? And I'm gonna leave it just like that. Y'all want to say anything else? Or we gonna keep moving if y'all good.
I want to say I kind of want to blame married couples, unhappily married couples, because I think the ones that did stay in their families, they were teaching their children what they wish they had done. I wish I would have prioritized. I wish I would have made it more about me. I wish I would have made him do this. I wish I would have made her do that. So instead of teaching their kids how to build a positive family structure, because their situation was so miserable, they end up working to talk them out of it. Oh, like, you see how hard it was for me and your dad, don't do that to yourself type stuff. You know, women, if he ain't spending money, don't let him. But it's like, but that's not what you did, mom, grandma, but that's what you're telling me to do. And that's where I think the discrepancy happened. Like, you see, save up your money, have your own money. Don't let him know you have it. Because grandma was trying to hold it together. She was in an abusive situation. So this is how she had to survive. You ain't in an abusive situation. You got a good man. There's no reason for you to have to stack aside just in case he act up. If you got to do that, you don't trust him. But be like grandma, granny, back in the day, their options were limited. So their financial situation was dire because they're like, I can't leave. You know what I mean? They had less resources, but yeah, I think the teaching was mishandled because of what they feel like they didn't get. And so that's what I think a lot of that was, because my grandparents were married, but it was abusive. So my mother never married. And I'm the only one of my siblings who is married. So,
no, I understand. No, there's some validity to that. Yeah, there's definitely some validity to that. Let's say folks will, you know, in some of these situations try to live through the kids. And like you said, because of, you know, decisions that they made or things they feel like they missed out on. So they impart that on the kids. And then sometimes we wonder why things are going the way they're going. It's like, well, you imparted that. So they they took that as gospel and now they living it. Like that's what it is. So yeah, we got to realize that. Let me read this comment. Let's see. I think that's Saint Germania. I think I'm saying that right. Let's see. Appreciate the comment. Let's see. The problem with dating now is that it's not really dating, it's shopping on both sides. People are looking to check off items on their list, not get to know the other person. Yeah, no, that's a fact. I agree with that comment right there. It is definitely not what dating used to be. The only thing I would say is even dating in the past, you still were looking to check off things on your list. But I think the priority of the list was different. Yeah, see, today it has turned into, you know, top three. It's finances, it's aesthetics, it's that stuff in the top three. Before it used to be personality and character and how you treated folks. And then it's like after the fact, it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Do you got a job? You know what I'm saying? Let me meet your mama. Like then it was, but it's like it's done flipped. Yeah, but now it's just money right out the gate. And it's just like, that's not going to tell you if somebody is of good character, if somebody is of good mind. Like that doesn't mean that. So yeah, we just done flip the priorities around. And I think it's messing us up. All right, let me keep going, man, because I got a plethora of stuff down. Let me keep going.
What do you wish someone had told you about dating? What do you wish someone had told you about dating like in your 40s and 50s back then?
You know, you think that when you're ready to settle down that there's always going to be a lot of supply on the shelves, and it's not. Like at this age, a lot of the good guys are married or taken because they're good guys. And I was having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine the other day, and I'm like, well, your best bet now is maybe someone that a good man that maybe is coming out of a marriage, getting a divorce. So, you know, I think in our youth, and I would like people to know this when they're younger, we think, oh, there's always going to be an endless supply. I can wait till tomorrow. Don't put off your happiness waiting. You know, if you find that good person, like a lot of times we wait, well, it's not the right time. It's never going to be like the right time. I would say go for it more. I wish I would have told someone told me just go for it. I probably have overlooked a good candidate before, you know, like maybe,
why is that though?
Me thinking the timing thing, maybe prioritizing career. You know, I definitely was always like work. I never thought I could like the enough cushion built up to like relax and take my foot off the gas and start a family.
And then did that just go on and on and on, and then you be 100 years old and you like, it's still working.
Still working. And I think I will say specifically with Black women especially, I feel like we don't really have the luxury to think that we can kind of take time off like that. You know, and I specifically say Black women because like we're usually the backbone of everything. You know, not even just with our families, but with our friend circles. Like it's always something for us to do. We're always taking care of somebody else. I don't have children, but I'm always like feeding a friend or taking care of someone or helping somebody out or doing a favor. And I think that's a cape that we put on ourselves. No one told us to do this. It's just something in us that we do. And if you think about the Black woman in your life, you probably think, she's like a superwoman for everybody else. When does she slow down for herself? I think
I'm gonna hold it right there. Okay. So yeah, so once again, we talking what we need to leave in 2025. Oh, Coco, what you over here? Hold on now. What's
I'm looking at Beatbox's reactions.
Go ahead, Beatbox. I was looking at you too, bro.
Sorry, I literally saw this yesterday, so I'm getting triggered by what I like. Well,
let's talk about it.
Yeah, let me get it off my chest. It's like therapy for me, so let's do this. It's really weird to me when older women, man, when they talk about, oh, I don't want to make this a Black woman thing, but we're the backbone and we're this and we're that. Nobody asked you to do all that. You like, and also why you're wasting your time when you're the hottest when you're hottest in your 20s and saying, I'm just not going to date nobody. And now you're talking in your 50s and you're like, oh, I don't know, man. I just don't know where this is coming from. Like, I know almost, I think in her, I don't know the woman's name, but I think her parents were married, I believe.
Yeah,
almost
Claudia, I think is her name.
Yeah, in every instance, a lot of these women's parents were married. So I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, you can't have everything. You can be a boss babe, but you gotta make it such so that you can have some sort of you have room for a man, right? As a man too, like, I'll just put myself out there. There's sometimes where I want to make more money, but I got 3 children, and I want to be a part of their lives, and I want to see them, and I want to put them to bed, right? So there's things that I know, like, I can't have it all. I just can't. So, and a lot of women, like, they want all these things, and then they look back like, oh man, I messed up. Yeah, you did mess up. Ooh, it's over. So, and she's a very attractive woman. She's very smart. She's very into all these things. I've never even heard a bad thing about her either. Like, I haven't heard anything like she's evil. Not like there's no controversy on, oh, she's in some sort of crazy situation. But ladies, like, I don't know, man. Like, I think for women like that, the conversation needs to be, how can we as women get together, because we now have to live communally and pay our bills together for the regular woman, right? Because there's not going to be a lot of men who are going to save them. I'm really serious. I'm really serious, because I just don't see a lot of men coming in to save them. The government's retracting a bit. I'm serious. I think we have to have that conversation as a society, because some of these women don't have children. So, I mean, the children that don't exist won't even help them. So, I don't know.
Well, they said they're going to start their own community where it's only women only, right? They said they're going to do that. So they listen. They have a plan. That's what they're going to do. So they're going to start a community with only women, and maybe they'll come together, and that's what they'll do. And they'll of course, this community is going to have to exist within the structure that a man has already created, but it'll just be women, but they can now have a community that they can just thrive in, because men have already laid the foundation.
Come on.
Community. But yeah, that's what they're going to do. So they have a plan. They have a plan. They got a plan. But to answer your question, I mean, you guys have already done all the work. They'll be fine. But to answer your question, like, I think that Black women do kind of put the cape on. And you're right. I don't know why. I hate to go bring this up, y'all, because I'm like, we can overcome, right? We're in a place, in a space where nothing should hold us back. Like, these types of things shouldn't be holding us back, is what I mean. But I do think there is some truth to this. Goes back to the conditioning that we received when our ancestors were in captivity. Like, I do believe that there was some conditioning even after that point that we received, that has been passed down to us like a generational curse. And I do believe that because of that, women in particular feel like they just have to keep their workhorses, right? And they were kind of conditioned to be that way. And I think now that women believe, especially Black women, and I'm speaking specifically about Black women, that they have to do it all. They have to carry all the load. Nobody's going to do it if I don't do it. Nobody's going to do it right. I have to do it. And nobody is asking them to do this, by the way. Nobody is asking them even the men in their lives, like in the clip where he said, oh, women are doing this, they're taking care of this person, and they're taking care of that person, and they're doing all these things, and that's what's taking all this time off of their life. But I want to talk to some of these husbands and ask them, did you tell her to do that? Did you tell her to do all that? Like, even me, sometimes, like, I'll be trying to do something, and even my husband will be like, why are you doing that now? Like, why you don't have to do that. Like, why are you? And it's like, why do I? Really, like, why do I feel like I have to do all that? Like, nobody asked me to do that. So as a Black woman, let's stop talking about how we're always doing all these things that nobody asked us to do. Nobody asked us to be. We take these things on and then we complain about them. Let's leave that in 2020. Stop taking all these things on, taking all these people on, taking on all these responsibilities that nobody asked you to do, and then going and saying, somebody give me a prize, give me a cookie because I did all these things. Leave that in 2025, girl. We ain't asked you to do that. Sit down, have a Coke and a smile.
There it is. I don't know, Herschel, Marjorie, I want to say anything on this? Are y'all good? Just come off mute, say whatever you want to say.
I could go all day on this. But I'm just I agree with everything Coco said. On point, everything B-Boxer said. And I think that I talk to women. So if he do try to help, she don't like how he do it and she offered to do it anyway, so he stopped offering to do it and just let her do it. And then she complained about having to do everything. Well, because every time I try to help, you complain about what I'm doing. So therefore, I don't help. There's that. And then I want to say more older folks, those of us who are married, should be encouraging young people to get married. I would like to leave in 2025 the narrative of, oh, take your time, enjoy yourself. What does that mean? What does that mean to people when they're telling young people, oh, no, take your time, enjoy yourself? I stopped doing that because I was doing that for a minute with my kids. All my kids are, almost grown. Like my youngest is 17 and she's even dating. She's dating. I'm even talking to her about marriage because it's a guy she really likes. He's very, he, especially if you got somebody that brings you peace, somebody that you truly enjoy their company. You're not too young to marry because if it was up to you, you would be pregnant by now. So I'm like, and I have a 20-year-old niece and my son is 19. I'm talking to them about marriage now. If you meet someone you like that brings you peace, that loves the Lord, that is willing to walk this life with you, start thinking about marriage. Talk about it. Let's get ready for it. Even I don't, because I told my younger folks, if you grown enough to spread your legs open, you grown enough to get married, honey. You're not too young. Get married and go to college. It's possible. You can be married in college. For me, being married in college kept me. Because, man, college is a cesspool of temptation. If anybody has been there, have you been there? Ain't nobody doing homework.
It's a beautiful place.
Right. It's a cesspool of temptation. So being married forced me to focus on schoolwork. Because if I wasn't married, I don't know what it would have been like. So thank God I was married. But I think we need to more encourage marriage in our young people. When they get 16, 17, 18, 19, we should be talking about marriage. I don't care. Because these teenagers, they in relationships. Stop telling these people, oh, get your life together, do this, build a business, which is, I'm not saying don't do those things, but don't feel like you have to wait until you do those things to get married. If you got somebody that loves you and is willing to walk this thing with you and is peaceful and loving and caring and patient, what are you waiting for? For another one? Good luck. You're going to run through 20 more before you get to another one. And by then you're going to be wore out and tired and done with this whole thing. So if you got you one, keep it, pray over it. You ain't attracted to it, learn to be. Because when you really see somebody ride for you, die for you, they'll become attractive.
Right.
It'll get there.
That's a fact. No,
that's some grown stuff right there. That's some grown stuff. Write that down, somebody. Write that down. Learn to be. Okay. People don't respect that. They don't understand how important that is. Learn to be, because sometimes what you want and what's right for you are at odds. The person you want and the person that's right for you are at odds. And sometimes you just have to learn to like what's right for you.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact right there. That's a fact. Check in with Herschel. Herschel been quiet over there. Herschel, you want to? I know you got to have something to say, man. You've been a little too quiet tonight, man. You gonna stay on the mute? What you gonna do, man? What you gonna do, man?
Hey y'all, what's up?
What's up with you, man?
I was just gonna say this about this topic right now. We're talking about. I think what majority of us, the problem that we have is that we have this whole notion that we live forever, and so the concept of time is kind of like skewed in a way where we You know, we thinking we got time to do this, we got time to do that. Next thing you know, 30 years have passed, and you're like, dang, where did the time go? And I think that's probably the situation that most of these people that are in their late years, never had children or never got married. That's what happened to them. Like they just thought, okay, you know, they thought like 30 years was going to be like a long stretch where they got time to plan this out, take care of this, take care of that, pass this up, pass that up. Next thing you know, boom, here we are. Here we are talking about what we wish we could have done, what we should have done. And, you know, I'm guilty of it too. I mean, I've lived life. I've done some things, experiences some things too, but I also took some choices, made some decisions, and prioritized other things. When now I look up and I'm like, okay, dang, what am I doing? What am I going to do with myself now? You know. So yep. So I think that's part of it. That's part of the issue too.
Yeah. No, I agree, man, and I think that's honestly. Listen, you know, let me give I think she's Claudia Jordan. I think that's the full name, right? But let me give her props, right, for at least admitting that. Yeah, a lot of folks don't admit that. Yeah, and like she said in the video, she thought essentially she had unlimited time. Yeah, she thought she was gonna be able to get out here, grind, make her money. You know, she said put the gas on and all this, and then when she decided she was ready, then these men was just gonna be lined up waiting on her. And then once she got to that finish line and there wasn't no men, then it's like, what happened? Yeah, but that's how a lot of folks feel. And to your point, Herschel, we don't have unlimited time. Yeah, but I don't know why we feel like that. Yeah, at the end of the day, you typically are at your best in your younger years. Now, don't get me wrong. Do you get wiser as you get older? Yes. But things change. You age. Your body changes. You put on pounds. Them knees don't work like they used to. Them joints. I mean, for all my basketball fellas, we understand. Like you can't get out there like you used to. Like it changes. So yeah, you may know more things or be wiser, but that peak is it's not the same. Yep, and we really just play off those years when we at our, you know what I'm saying, when we at our peak, especially when it comes to relationship and having children and starting families and all of that. We really kind of play off those years. And then after we get done playing and running up and through there, then we were like, oh, okay, now I'm ready for a husband and a wife. And it's like, bro, you done missed it. Or like, sis, you done missed it. Like, God's not checking for you now. Like, what you mean? So yeah, we got to be realistic with this stuff. There's no unlimited time. And then this is the other thing I still don't understand. I don't understand why folks have such an issue making commitments when they're younger. Like I don't get that. Because at the end of the day, most of us came from that. Like if we sit down and think about it, like look back at your grandparents, your great grandparents, your parents directly. They was young. Yeah, most of them got young when they was married. You know what I'm saying? Got married when they was young. They had kids when they was young. You know what I'm saying? We had moms and dads out here, man, married at 19, 20 years old, had kids, took care of a whole family, sent both kids to college. Like, and y'all act like that's such an issue. We look at some of these grandparents. They was getting married in their late teens. 5, 6, 7 kids. Kids off doing what they doing, plant workers, engineers, whatever. And I'm like, I don't understand why we act like that didn't exist, like that wasn't a process, like they weren't doing this when they were young. Yeah, shoot, man, supporting whole families, man, with a quarter of what folks are making today. Yeah, folks out here complaining, talking about, man, I'm making 150, man. I'm struggling out here. It's like, man, man, your grandparents had 7 kids, bro, on a $50,000, $40,000 salary. Had a whole house, 6, 7 kids, and I'm not saying everything was smooth, but they done moved all the kids on their way. Like, And now they over here playing with the grandkids. Like, what is y'all talking about? Like, so that's why I said it's just mindset is just different, man. And don't get me wrong, I know times are different, but the foundation don't change, regardless of what the times do. So yeah, man, I said once again, I think we got to be realistic, man. And I said some of this skewed mindset that we have, we really got to leave this, man. We got to leave this back in 2025, man. Especially if we expect to move forward and make some progress. We got to leave this stuff in 2025, man. It can't make it to 2026. But I'm gonna keep going, man. I'm gonna keep going.
I did my engagement and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. I ended my engagement and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. Choosing yourself doesn't always need a big explanation. But my village, the women in my life are so amazing. They've shown up for me in more ways than one, helping me pass, sitting with me, praying for me, making a hard transition feel lighter just by being there. I'm so grateful for community, for having people who hold you up when you're stepping into something new. So here I am, closing this chapter, putting pieces of my old life into storage and stepping into a new season. I don't know exactly what the future holds, but I am excited. I feel at peace and I'm ready for what's next in the new year.
Okay. So yeah, so we talking what we need to leave in 2025, man. Let me hold on one sec. Man, shout out to Saint, man. Great conversation, y'all. Thanks for having me. No, I appreciate you, Saint. Let me know if I'm saying that right. I think that's Jermaine, or is it just supposed to be Jermaine? Let me know. I just want to make sure I'm saying that right. Appreciate you hopping on with us, holding us down in the comments. All right, cool. So yeah, so that's the next video. So this young lady says she was engaged. The man did nothing wrong, and she decided to change her mind and move on. Y'all drop a comment. Let me know what y'all say. I'm coming to the panel, man. Coke, you know what? I'm coming straight to B-Box on this one. I can see it on your face. Go ahead, B-Box.
Mr. Price, it's over.
Well, hold on. I can't. Hold on. I can't. Hold on. I got you. Hold on.
Hey, man, it's over.
All right, there you go. Go ahead.
It's this is something, a complaint that a lot of men have. Man, you could be everything. You could do things right. And she just says, I'm done. That's crazy. And it's I don't even know why she posted this too. Like, I don't know why would you post this? Why? This is fodder for all types of people. Listen, I know like there's this conversation with women, especially on TikTok, especially about finding happiness, finding who you are, all that stuff. And I get all that. Like, I understand. Like, I'm a progressive man. I'll listen to it. But don't bring men, like another person, into like you're finding yourself and then screwing them over. This guy probably really loved her. And she said, you wasted his time. And then a lot of men are gonna look at that, and black men especially, and are gonna say, no, thank you. Like, is that what this is crazy? And I'm gonna have like, I'm just thinking about if I have my son and he grew up, and I'll be like, hey, bro, you better watch out here. Better watch out. It might seem nice, it might seem sweet, and then she just switch up on you. That's crazy, man. I don't know. I don't know where you go. And I think she's like 31. This influencer. So you said no. You're not even gonna get married, and you're like in the danger zone, as Kevin Samuel says. Yes, bruh. I don't get it. I don't. Somebody explain it to me. But Mr. Price is over, bruh. It's over.
Man, I can't explain it, man. Let me let Coco take a stab. I can't explain it, man. Go ahead, Coco.
Man, I don't want to sound like a hater, but y'all getting on my nerves. You broads getting on my nerves. You know why? Because like, you know, I'm at the top of the millennial scale, right? Like I just made the cut, okay? And when I was coming through, it was a hard thing to get a man to propose to you. Like, I don't know what y'all doing these days, but it wasn't easy. What I mean by that is You actually had to put work into the relationship. You actually started your work didn't start once he proposed or once you became a wife. You displayed the characteristics of a wife well before he proposed to you. And that was a prerequisite. I don't know if it was a difference in the men or just a difference in the time. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe a little bit of both. But you actually had to put in some work. You didn't just show up cute. And we was cute, baby. Oh, we was cute. Okay. But you didn't just show up cute and hot and young and get a ring. No, baby. They didn't have to ask what you brought to the table, because what's understood don't need to be explained. You made sure you mirrored what they needed to see, so that you could be seen as like you, and you didn't do it because you had to. You wanted to. Women bragged about being able to cook a man a meal where he was like, oh, that was good. Like, you can burn. You know what I'm saying? Like we couldn't wait for an opportunity to show the man that we cared about, that we liked, that we could cook for him, or that we can do. Like, we looked forward to, going out and buying things for him and doing nice things for him and taking him out. Like, we wanted to do those things, right? And those were the things that got us the ring, because once again, we invested in him just like he invested in us. It was mutual. Baby, y'all, I don't know what be going on, because men be giving y'all all kinds of rings. You in your 20s, you in your early 30s, you still, still hot, young, and ready. And y'all just, I don't know. I just don't think it's here. Whatever I'm looking for, it's just not here. And so I'm just going to go. And I'm like, y'all, you could not have invested in this. You could not have invested in this the way that you needed to, if you walking away. What are y'all doing? Like, how do you date a man to the point of a proposal and then decide that all of a sudden it don't work? Like, how do you, that's supposed to be explored prior to the proposal. So by the time he proposes, y'all both know if this is what you want or not. By then, you know. Because you've done the work, he's done the work, y'all have done the exploration, you've done that, and now, okay, yeah, this he's the one, and he knows you're the one. So what kind of game are y'all playing? What is this? Because early 80s baby would never, she would never play up in a man's face like that. Not about a proposal, baby, because she was trying to get that ring. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know what to say.
Okay, we're gonna leave it just like that. Ursula, Marjorie, y'all want to say anything? Just come off mute, say whatever you want to say. If not, y'all good? Okay, go ahead, Marjorie.
I'll say. So my question is, how long were they engaged? That's the question. Because a lot of these dudes are using engagements as, oh yeah, keep giving me the box. We'll get married eventually. Yeah, you my fiance now. Now keep doing what you've been doing until I feel like, actually, if I ever, because a lot of women are satisfied with the engagement. They play it like marriage. You see these women with somebody in the proposal Olympics or something. It's the new challenge. Oh, I had 5 proposals, like. And it's like you ain't got, that's nothing. A proposal is nothing. It's just someone giving you a ring long enough to pacify you, to continue to do what you've been doing with no real intention to marry you. Because a lot of women, go ahead.
No, you finish.
Oh, because a lot of women they're saying they want to get married, but they're not taking the proper precautions to secure a healthy marriage. These marriages are founded on sex and money and things. So, like, just like Coco said, the people are not having the right intentions going into these relationships. Their intentions are already wrong. So I'm teaching people healthy dating is healthy marriage. If your dating process is unhealthy, your marriage will be unhealthy because it's founded on the wrong things. If you ever get married. Now it's like, if you get married at this point, it ain't even when. And people they're not valuing marriage. They're happy playing house and with the benefits of marriage, and then you got married people that want the benefits of being single, and nobody is satisfied with their lives. And that what you were saying about finding yourself, like they so busy trying to find a relationship they ain't finding themselves, and then when they finally get into a relationship they decide, oh, I really don't know myself that well, maybe I should start getting to know myself. That's like Beatboxer said, they dragging somebody into their confusion. It's like, instead of actually appreciating your single life when you're in it, truly appreciating it, and not using your time being single pursuing a relationship out of desperation. It be desperate. It don't be because they actually want to be of service. Hi, that's my baby. They don't actually want to be of service to someone. They want to be served. This is the mindset I'm wanting to change in the dating world. Everyone wants to be served. No one wants to serve.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
I was going to piggyback on that real quick. Not to sound like a hater once again, but I think it might be a little everything that Marjorie said. And then I think on top of it, from an aesthetic point of view, because now, unfortunately, everything is about aesthetic. Everything is so about, because sometimes the reason why they're sharing this stuff is because it's aesthetic. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's going to be pleasing to the audience. It's going to be something that they can, ooh and ah over. It's going to be, oh yeah, girl, like Donovan said, the amen, yes, girlfriend, that, right? But also, I'm noticing, I think this might be a difference. A man proposing was, I'm gonna say it was a flex. If you could get proposed to, it was a flex. It was. Back then it was. Now, like you said, they collected proposals like Thanos was collecting stones. Like they collecting proposals, so it's nothing now. But back then, when a man proposed to you, it was a big deal. Like people were like, ooh and ah, and they were like, oh my goodness, and everybody was so excited, and it was a wonderful thing. You celebrated, right? It was a big deal. Now it's like, oh yeah, I've been proposed to 10 times. It's nothing. And then here comes the potential hater part. Y'all out here, y'all proposing for a girl to be your girlfriend. Y'all been seeing that? Now they proposing for women to be girlfriends now. So now they setting scenes and they doing elaborate, will you be my girlfriends? And like they taking them to places and they doing balloons in the sky and they doing hot air balloons and picnics in the park and like they doing like these elaborate things just to ask the girl to be their girlfriend. It's like, no wonder she like, what's a ring? You done already did this the second time you done did this for me. So why does it matter? Like y'all blowing their heads up. I told y'all inflating their value. You inflating their value. So now you making a big to-do about her just being your girlfriend. Like it ain't just y'all have a conversation like, let's take this to the next level. I want you to be my girl. Let's be exclusive. It's just you and me now. It's just you and me. Let's try this. Let's try to do this thing. Now it's they giving them rings when they ask them to be girlfriends. They giving them rings for that. Jewelry and rings and taking them places. And they doing all this elaborate stuff for these girls. So no wonder when you propose to them, what's the distinction? You see what I'm saying? Like, what's the distinction? If you're doing all of this every time you want to just ask them to do something, what's the distinction? What makes marriage so important when this is what they're expecting just for you to say, I like you. And I want to date you seriously. You see what I'm saying? Like maybe I'm being a hater. Maybe auntie is like, she ain't, maybe she mad because she ain't get, but I'm just saying, like, for real. No, but seriously, like it takes away from it. Just like having these elaborate baby showers. What's a wedding shower? What's a wedding rehearsal? What's a wedding? If this is what your baby shower look like, then what's a wedding to you? You done already did this. Y'all done did it. Y'all done had everybody over and all the dances and the performers and all of this. You did it already. See, you guys are taking the value out of what's actually important. You're taking all the value out of it. So why is it, who's going to care? It's basic supply and demand. If I can get you to give me a ring just to ask me to be your girlfriend, then why do I care about the ring you give me when you ask me to be your wife? What's different? Why is it special? Why do I care? So I'm just saying.
No, that's real. Well, let's say that falls on the fellas. Yeah, so for the fellas who are participating in that, that's on you. Yeah, it's just that simple. Because like I said, once again, we are equal opportunity. So fellas, y'all making some bad decisions as well. So if you out here getting rings for somebody to be your chick, that's a problem. Let's just be real. Yeah, let's just be real. So yeah, fellas got to own their piece in this as well. But yeah, the only thing that I will say to this, and I said this a million times before, I just think that ladies have to understand what they're doing. Yep, if you have a man who gets to the point where he cares about you enough to propose, and then you just decide to change your mind, then trust and believe that same man is not going to be quick to propose to anybody else after that. Let's just be honest. Yeah, but like I said, now I've said this before, ladies, you have to be mindful of what you are doing with these guys out here, because this is what's going to affect the pool of guys that you have to choose from. Yep. So if you playing over dudes, playing with their emotions and doing all that, trust and believe, dudes is just going to pull back and they're going to say, I'm good. Yeah, they're not going to go back in proposing to nobody. They're not about to go back in being serious. They're going to play with them, run through them. They're going to do all of that. And they're going to just leave it like that. Yeah, so you got to consider, this is a general problem. We got to consider how we playing with people's feelings, men and women. Yeah, we got women out here playing with these men. We got men out here playing with these women. Yeah, we got ladies over here talking about they didn't change their mind. This dude done finally geeked himself up. Because any man can vouch for this. When a man gets to a point of proposing, he done had to go through a lot of thinking. He done had to run scenarios through his mind. He done had to go through all types of preparation to get to that point. And then to get to that point, and then you come back talking about you changed your mind and your friends gonna help you move your stuff. Like what is you talking about? Yeah, that can destroy a dude. Yep, and then the same thing goes for the fellas. And fellas, we out here playing with these females, running through females. Yep, emotionally connecting to them and then bouncing out, playing with them. Like, what you think that's gonna do to the females? So then when you get back out here looking for a serious woman, and all you running across is females that's all over the place, what you expect, bro? You was a part of that problem. You helped create that. Yeah, so man, like I said, once again, I know we talking things that we need to leave in 2025, and this is another one, man. Stop playing with people. If you're not trying to be serious, you're not trying to really do something, then just stay by yourself. Yeah, I don't know why folks feel like they always got to involve somebody else in their nonsense. If you ain't ready for a relationship, stay by yourself. Go catch your brunch. Yeah, go catch your girl trip with your girls and just leave it alone. Yep, and then the same with fellas. If you ain't serious about these ladies and being in a relationship and being on some serious stuff, then just go be with your fellas. Go get y'all little beers, go catch the game, go golf, do whatever you do, go hoop, do whatever you do, and just be done with it. Yeah, but folks keep wanting to pull in the opposite sex and then they want to play with them. Yep, then once you play with them and then you damage them, then you be back out here talking about where all the good men at, where all the good women at. It's like, man, you played over 5 of them, bro. you had some good ones, but you played over them. So, man, if we can please, man, leave that mentality in 2025, man. Stop playing with people and damaging the people that's actually trying to have something. Yeah, there's people who still want to have a relationship. There's the people who don't want to out of wedlock. There's people who still want to get married. Stop playing with them people. Yeah, stop messing them people up. Yeah, so man, please, man, if we can leave that old nonsense, man, leave that in 2025, man. Y'all want to say anything else? If not, I'm gonna keep going and we're gonna get up out of here.
Wait,
We wasn't doing no
Mr.
long
Price,
show. Go ahead, B-Boss.
you mean to be intentional and not wait till you're 30?
Man, you know what it is, man. I mean, we gotta be for real, man. We, like I said, we on here every Wednesday night, man. And we talk about all types of topics, man. And like I said, it is a problem. Yeah, it is a problem. And I say, even our, you know what I'm saying, even our platform, man, we got haters and folks be talking slick to us and all that. But it's like this mess is a problem, man. People be playing over people. Yeah, Claudia Jordan, she said in her video, I think I passed up on some good candidates. I haven't. She said it. It's like people be playing over people, but then still get to 40 and 50 and be talking about, I thought it was going to be I thought it was going to be a whole bunch of people just waiting for me. It's like, no, you should have got on my man that was trying to get at you. The dude that was trying to get at you earlier that you just said you probably played on, you probably, passed over. You probably should have got with him. He probably was your husband. Yeah, but you was too busy chasing some money, or you thought you was too cute, or you thought I ain't trying to settle down and be nobody's wife and all that. I got to be this boss chick and all that. So now you done played over him. But I'm almost willing to bet you money. Go back and find that dude. Now he probably married with a family. He probably got a whole wife, got a couple kids. And he over here like, oh, what's going on, Claudia? What you been up to? Like, he over here doing this thing. Like, and that's what I'm saying. We gotta stop doing that. Yeah, we gotta stop doing that. And then like I said, we do it on the men's side as well. We go get with these females, go, get with them, have these babies, then come back like you don't want to mess with no single mothers. It's like, bruh, you did that. What you mean you don't want to mess with no single mother? Like you whole created one. So man, I said once again, we gotta hold ourselves accountable, man, and just stop playing with people. Yeah, we gotta stop playing with people because it never ends well. Yep, it never ends well. So man, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I'm trying to think, should I do one more? Should I wrap this up, man?
One more.
All right, I got this one last one, and we get up out of here. I wasn't gonna be all night. It's New Year's Eve. I wasn't gonna be on here all night.
This how I know I ain't ready for nothing. This how I know I ain't ready for nothing. Because my little trick right there, you see him? Yeah. He is so nice to me. He's so nice to me. He be tricking. He likes to take me out. He likes to literally hand me money. All the things I said I wanted. But I don't want him. I don't like him. He annoys me. That's how I know I ain't ready for nothing. Because all I keep thinking about is the dude that don't do shit for me. And I miss him.
Man,
Oh my God. Why you pick that one?
Is that how we gonna close this out?
Please let me go.
Go ahead.
I just was working with somebody, a young lady, that was seeing a guy that she insisted, oh no, he disgusts me. I don't, I can't see myself with him. But you continue to sleep with him. Why are we sleeping with people that we don't see ourselves with seriously? Just to use them for our own self-gratification. And then I finally got to a point that it was like, girl, if you don't like him, don't play with his emotions. He's a human being, because this is how people get unalived. Because you think you could just play with him, put him back up on the shelf when you done with him. So either you're gonna be with him or you're not. But don't straddle the fence. Don't play with his feelings. It's like, and you got, and like she said, oh Lord, I cannot even believe that fool said it out loud. But she did, which we already know. Women act like they want a good man and they get one, and like she said, they're obsessed with the one that was using and abusing them. So as far as I'm concerned, this gives me the impression that a lot of women want to be used and abused. So like I had to tell the young lady, you might be young, but if he's good to you, you better keep him, because you're gonna be mad. You let him go and he find the one, you move out the way for his wife. So that's how I think. That's what I wanted to say with the clip with the engagement. If that were my son, I would tell him, praise the Lord, she stepped out of the way for your wife. She did you a favor. Yeah, if you good to her and she saw it in you, someone else would see it too. Thank the Lord she moved out the way. Now, get your mind together and get your life together for your wife. That wasn't it. So I think that's the time for people to realize that that's not what they want. The engagement time is the time to decide if this is actually what you want. And I think these engagements are faltering because there's no premarital counseling. We're just engaged. There's no training process. I saw somebody in the comments say it needs to be taught like, like you get your like a degree. Absolutely. You should not be allotted a marriage license until you've taken at least 6 months of counseling, coaching, marriage pre something. So that's what I want to teach in my program. Like you this somebody you like, because if you don't make it through that 6 months, it was never going to last in the first place. If you got somebody giving you good coaching and training in that process, you'll have a clear vision of this, if this is someone you want to be with or not. But a lot of people are playing games. Like she said, oh, he's good to me, he gives me money, but I don't like him. Why? Because he ain't slapping you upside the head. Maybe we'll tell him to make an adjustment, maybe, but then it's like you got to turn a good man bad. Like, it ain't worth it. It's so
make an adjustment is crazy.
Oh, come on. Well, she said that's what she likes, so let's teach you some, aggressive skills that might, I don't know, that ain't right though. Lord have mercy.
But you know what? That may be what she want though. That may be what she want. The way she was talking.
Dang.
Go ahead, Coco. You want to say something? Go ahead, Coco.
I just pray that the man that she's talking about sees the video. That's my prayer. Let me send one up for him. Lord, please enable him to see this video so he can see what this woman really think of him. Okay, in Jesus' name, because he needs to be delivered from her, for real. Like any man, he needs to be delivered from her, because this man could literally, like, she calling him a trick, and he might just actually be a good dude. Literally, he's just a good dude. He's just a good dude that like her. That's it. This is what we're doing to the good dudes that actually like us. Like I said before, an 80s baby would never. We would have never played on a man like that. Now, I'm not going to say, first of all, there's always exceptions, okay? Please understand, I know the exceptions exist, but I'm speaking in general. We didn't play about that because listen, y'all keep talking about y'all don't learn, these men, we done learn from our daddies, we done learn from our granddaddies, and this, that, and the third. But I keep hearing about all these men that's tricking. I keep hearing about all these men that's doing all this stuff for these women, all these men that's proposing just to be girlfriend, all these men that's sending balloons up in the sky, and all these men that's doing all this stuff that got these women running to the internet to talk about, yeah, girl, see, he do this, he do this, he do that, he do this, he do that. Like, so somebody either y'all overplan the growth that you guys have made, or somebody just outright lying, okay? Because there's too many women running to the internet talking about how they got a man to pay their bills, they got a man to do this, they got a man to feed them, they got a man to clothe them, they got a man to do, they got 5 different men. So somebody lying, or y'all just, overinflating the amount of men that supposedly have evolved from their daddies and their granddaddies. Something is going on, because the way she just called this man a trick all up on the internet, like videos don't go viral, is crazy.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. B-Boss Herschel, I don't know if y'all want to say something on this. If not, let me know. Listen, I'm done after this one, man. Y'all ain't getting me all night. Go ahead, B-Boss.
Yeah, I'm going to push back a little bit on you, Margie, with the story about your friend and saying she don't like him by having sex with a man.
Oh, come on.
Because a lot of that's cap when women say that. Oh, I don't like him. No. I've said this before. Say it again. You can't pay for desire. She likes him. She's just trying to use the box to make him date her and be in a real relationship with her. Right? Like, that's what women do. A lot of women are doing this now. Like, oh, this guy doesn't like me, but what I'm going to do is do something that he might really like, and then I can coerce it into something else. It's a lot of cap. It's the same thing with this video we just saw. She don't like this guy. She likes the guy that, made her left leg shake. She called the dude a trick. Like, I know me and Vince went back and forth on this, and I'll put it in context. I'm not saying I want to be Pookie, as in I want to be a horrible person. I'm saying I want to be sexually desired in my relationship. And I think most men, that's what you got to do, right? If you just keep giving women money and attention and all this stuff, and you get no reciprocity, something's wrong with you. And as Ms. Coco said, I don't know if a lot of men are as evolved as they say. Because I agree with the delusional piece. One of the reasons why this delusion's going on is that men who have money or whatever are paying to play with nothing in return. So it's a problem. It's unfortunate. So I blame men for this. I really do. I blame men, because stop giving these women money. What's wrong with y'all? I don't get it. These women are broke. They got nothing going on. There's nothing going on. There's no motion. Like nothing. They're hitting it up on the internet. I need a man paying my light bill. I need a man paying this. I need you paying. Okay, bro, you do that and you get nothing. You don't even get sex. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's embarrassing. I don't know, man. All in all, be the man that's desirable to a woman. Seriously, it will make things so much easier. You won't have to argue with her back and forth. She won't talk to you about doing 50-50. None of that. You know why? Because in the same video, this woman said this one guy's doing all this stuff, but she's thinking about the guy who does nothing for her. Just a thought.
No, that's a fact. That's what she said. She's thinking about the dude who ain't doing nothing. Okay. Well, we're going to leave it like that. Herschel, you good, man? You okay? We're going to leave it just like that, man. I wasn't doing no all-nighter, man.
I just want to close this. So the Lord gave me some revelation about why people are so drawn to people who mistreat them, abuse them. Abusive relationships are trauma bonding. Mm-hmm. They're continuously traumatizing each other and then bonding in the low times, in the calm times. So keeping that chaos circulating, that it's a toxic bond. But for whatever reason, it's a stronger bond than what they would have in a healthy relationship, because they're used to that toxic, traumatic bonding. So, just a thought.
That makes sense. Yeah, no, definitely. I don't disagree there. No, so that makes a lot of sense. And I think folks got to be honest. I think in some of these situations, folks they're not really ready to step their game up. So they rather exist with the trauma and the problems. Like, they're not ready to step their game up, because at the end of the day, when you get into a healthy situation or a situation that is beneficial for you, there's going to be expectations. You're going to have to bring something to that situation. Yeah, for some of these ladies, you know what I'm saying, when they say that they're looking for this good guy, it's like, yeah, once you find that good guy, though, he's going to have some expectations for you. He's going to expect some things from you. Yeah, but I think that's where the problem comes in. A lot of folks are not ready to meet the expectations. They'll try to flip it and they try to gaslight you and act like it's something wrong with you. But really what they're saying is I'm not on your level. Like, I know you're a good dude. I know you about that business. You're going to take care of things, but I'm not ready to do my part. So they try to flip it around. Yep, and it's time out for that, because we don't have unlimited time. So at some point, you got to be honest with yourself and say, you know what, I got to get myself together. Then I'll go out here, you know what I'm saying, and present what I'm about. But a lot of folks don't do that. Yeah, they just want to just be accepted, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be blunt, being half-assed. And it's like, that's not going to work for a dude who's got his stuff together, who's about his business. Yep, and the same for the fellas. Yeah, but if the young lady, if she's about her business and got her stuff together and she's moving correctly as a woman, she's going to have some expectations. And that's just what it is. And as a man, you should know that you need to come correct, because she, you know what I'm saying, she's not, or she's essentially, she should be valued. Let's just be real. Yes, I mean, once again, we got to be honest about this stuff, man, and we got to look at self first. That's what a lot of folks don't do. They don't look at self first. They look at everybody else first. They point the finger first, but they don't look at self first. Yep, and if a lot of folks would be honest about that, they're not there yet. People just not there yet. but they want to present or try to act as if they are. And that's when it always falls flat. But man, we're going to get ready to wrap. I'm going to take some clothes and we're going to get on up out of here, man. I'm going to go across the top and the bottom and then we go. Coco, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, I would just say, I think that's the takeaway. I think, kind of what you just said, that's the takeaway. Leaving in 2025, honestly, is just the broken mindset. Leave that in 2025, right? Like if you want to wake up tomorrow morning and you want to say, new year, new me, like I'm with it. Okay. But instead of just saying that and then run into the Planet Fitness for the $10 a month, membership, like instead of doing that, like take that day that they give you off, January 1st, take that day and sit quiet in reflection and think back about your year. Like think about it. Like think about the year and decide that day, decide tomorrow if you want to spend another year the way you spent last year. Like think about it. Like I'm being serious. Like I'm not even joking. Like, do you want to be having the same exact conversation that you're having right now about your life in 2026, looking forward to 2027? Do you really want to be saying the same exact thing? Break the cycle. Right? Like I think that for real, like we talking about some real powerful life-changing stuff right now. Whatever you did this year, I'm gonna make it real simple. Whatever you did this year that didn't work, do the opposite next year. Okay? That's it. Whatever you did, look at everything you did. The decisions that didn't work out, do the opposite. There you go. That's free game. I'm not even gonna charge you for it.
There it is. Appreciate that closeout. B-Box, it's on you, man.
Yeah, I know we tend on this podcast to talk about the women, but I would like to say, especially the black men, we got to do a little bit better, including myself. I think some of the things I'm hearing, and then some of the things we've seen lately, some of these problems that black folks and black men especially complain about, we can fix. If we just put our mind to it. And I will have to say, I do agree with Ms. Coco. We've been going back and forth a couple of times on the not giving women attention piece. And I'm coming around to thinking that might be a thing. I'm coming around to that. So I do think, including the sexual desire stuff too. So I really do think we got to do a little bit better on that front. And I think we might see some changes on the back end, especially if men claim to be leaders. They claim they want to, they want to lead families and society. Well, you got to do the work first. And maybe that needs to start in 2026. That's all I have to say. So,
yeah, it is. Appreciate that, man. Herschel, it's on you, man. You want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just want to say that we need to kind of understand that we are all connected in one form or fashion. We need to tread lightly in our actions, our decisions, because we can affect somebody else's life drastically, just by a decision, because now all of a sudden you just change your mind about something, or it's not that easy, it's not that simple, it's not that fair to the other your other human being in this world, or whoever other human beings that you affect. You know what I'm saying? Even like with the situations with people who out here loose and they end up having multiple children and or like the males that they just keep creating all these babies and they don't make a home for these kids. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair, to the new generation. So we have to kind of, I would say in this, going forward, we got to start to realize that it's just not about us. You just can't just, at whatever age, you just can't be like, oh, I have that right to just, I feel this way now, so I'm just going to look out for me. I got to take care of myself, or this and that. Yeah, we do have to look after ourselves and everything. We just do have to understand too that, we affect other people in the process. And we got to take that to our graves too. you know. So I just want to say that everybody just be mindful of that you know, the action that you take out here, that you can really truly affect somebody else in a way that, you know, you could never imagine, you know. So I'll say Happy New Year to everybody, and you know, I'll be seeing y'all in 2026.
Okay, no, I appreciate that, man. Happy New Year as well, man. Glad you hopped on, man, to close out the year. Marjorie, it's on you. You want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, you guys are amazing. I love this panel. I don't watch as much as I would like, but when I catch y'all, it's such deep conversation. I'm glad I had a chance to pop in today. It was an excellent discussion. And I just check out my channel. I'm really focusing on, now I'm wanting to gear towards single men and women who desire marriage, giving them proper guidance and instruction in how to properly vet for marriage, preparing them for marriage. So I started working with people who want to be married within the next 2 years, giving them the skill set, how to seek the Lord, how to consult with the Lord for a prospect, and how to prioritize the Lord, how to value themselves, knowing themselves before adding other people into their situations and stuff. But if they are dating, how to do this properly. Sex is not dating. I mean, you know, dating should not involve sex. Dating should be collecting data. So I want to just encourage people, like, I'm now I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm ready to do that. So I'm calling all singles to come check out the channel. I'm doing a 30-day challenge to consult with the Lord, praying over their dating life, and vetting out people who want to be married so that we're not wasting each other's time. Asking the right questions, doing the proper research, praying the right prayers, making the proper sacrifices if the Lord says that ain't your person. Practicing immediate obedience and trusting that the Lord will answer your prayers. He will show you exactly what he wants you to see. So teaching Christ-centered friendships and building from there, proper foundations minus sex, preparing people for the true battle of marriage. So that's where I'm at now, and I'm praying for everybody. I want to go into 2025 like, let's change this dating world. I'm hoping and praying to do so. Anyone that want to get involved, check out my channel, start the 30-day challenge, and watch the Lord show up and show out in your life. And that's where I'm at. So thank you guys for having me.
No doubt. No, we appreciate that. No, y'all definitely go check out Marjorie with a purpose. Like I said, she dropped some great content. Like I said, she's trying to do some big things. And I said, this is going into 2026. This is what we need. Yeah, we're going to need some folks to make some change. We're going to need some folks to not be scared, get out on these public platforms and speak against some of this nonsense. Yeah, part of the problem right now is the nonsense is overshadowing, or it's louder than the good sense. And that's what we're dealing with right now. Yeah, there's so much content out there that is against the good sense. Yeah, but that's what folks absorb all day long, and it becomes law for a lot of people, and they believe it. And they try to mirror their lives off of it, and that's where it goes wrong. Go ahead, Marjorie.
Oh, no, I just want to point out, I am married. I've been married. We just made 19 years this year. I don't wear jewelry, so I know people are like, how she ain't married. I'm not a huge jewelry, but I've been married 19 years, so I want to teach people what kept myself and my husband married for that long. So,
right, and even that, I'm glad you added that. Even that is a part of the, I'll call it the negativity that is outshining the good sense. Right, we're living in a generation or a time now where things like that used to be valued, but now sometimes folks almost frown upon it. It's like they hear you've been married, you know what I'm saying, for a substantial amount of years, and it's almost like, oh, you out of touch. You don't know what's going on out here. You from the old school. You can't tell me nothing. It's just like, no, what y'all don't understand is the foundation doesn't change. It doesn't matter what year it is. Yet what worked in 1960 works in 2026. But you got to be open to hear the information. And then once you hear the information, you got to be willing to apply it. Yeah, that's usually where it falls. Y'all don't want to apply. Yeah, so y'all will say y'all want to get married, and then somebody who's been married, you know what I'm saying, 16, 17, 18, 19 years will come try to school you, and then you act like you don't want to hear it. Yeah, but that's a part of the problem as well. Yeah, but then y'all wonder why a lot of these married folks just go quiet and don't say nothing. So yeah, we got to be real with some of this stuff. But I'm gonna say this, and we out of here, man. At the end of the day, if I can ask y'all to leave anything in 2025, it would be to leave the selfishness behind. Yeah, folks have become so selfish, man. Everything is self, and then wonder why stuff don't work. Selfish all up through their life. Wonder why ain't nobody checking for them. Like, you selfish. It's just that simple. And don't nobody like no selfish person. So, man, if I can say anything, man, leave that selfish mess in 2025, man. Yeah, if you ain't gonna be on some real stuff going into 2026, then just go be by yourself. Yeah, but let these folks who serious and really try to do something, let them go do what they do in 2026. I'm gonna leave it just like that, man. But shout out to my panel, man. Shout out to Coco, Beatboxer, Herschel, Marjorie. Appreciate y'all holding me down. Man, shout out to a great 2025, man. We had a great year on Kandid Konvos, man. We coming back in 2026 stronger than ever, man. So definitely, man, check us out, man. We here every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, live on YouTube and Facebook. If you haven't already, smash that like button, man. Stop being stingy with them likes, man. Smash that like button, man. Hit that subscribe, man, and hit that share, man, so we can get this great content out to as many of our people as possible. And last but not least, man, shout out to everybody in the comments, man. I've been seeing y'all dropping comments all night, man, dropping y'all gems, man. We appreciate y'all. We can't do it without y'all, man. And we appreciate the support. Yeah, this was a small platform, man, but we are growing. We are changing folks' lives, man. Folks tell us all the time, man. So continue to support the platform and what we're trying to do, man, and we're going to get there. But, man, Happy New Year to everybody. And with that being said, everybody have an awesome night. And we're going to catch you guys in 2026.